Time for Dad Show.
No.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Morning Scone, presented by Morning Scone, presented by Beedra or Boudreaux's. Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix. Drew's here. Got his Mucinex this morning, so he's coughing. But he's feeling better, which is good to know. Steve Miller, what's up? Henry Smith, yo. Kirk Taylor, Tyler Hales, Mike Sylvester, Chuck Sanchez, Sam Dixon, Cassidy Russo, James Tyrone, Andrew Bear. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Sean Pumphrey, what's up? Scone. I'm going to hit the share button. Hopefully you will as well. I realize there's some people watching this at a later time on YouTube who probably feel like, why would I hit the share? There's no share button. I get that. Dad Show, which is Morning Scone. Trivia, good morning. Celeste, good morning, Camille. Charlie Cavell, good morning. Sam Dixon, what's up? Elise Landry. Dixon. That's his name, Sam Dixon. Can you say Dixon? Can you say Sam? Sam? What? Dixon. Very good. So Drew, learn your name, Sam Dixon. It was weird. I feel like I got a shiner. Like my right eye, there's no doubt, like my right eyelid is puffy. Can y'all see that? My right eyelid is puffy. Dixon. Sam Dixon, you got a fan. It's weird. Like, I didn't get punched. Like, normally if it were allergies, wouldn't it be like both eyelids? But my right eyelid is like all puffy this morning. It's not discolored or anything. It's weird, man. My right eyelid. So, like, can y'all tell that it's puffy? Can you tell? Weird. I got a droopy eye. Anyway. Good morning from Nashville, James Tyrone. Y'all fire away with questions this morning. Tuesdays are always the weird day of the news cycle, right? So Tuesdays are the day where you're far enough removed from the weekend to where you're not really still recapping the weekend any, but you're not close enough to the next weekend to where you're starting to preview anything for the next weekend, especially for the Saints now because they play Monday Night Football. So Tuesdays are always a weird day in the news cycle. It's one of the reasons I love like whenever baseball and basketball overlap, because typically you'll have either a baseball or a basketball game, like when you get into February, like January, February, March. Elevator. I know that's tough on the play-by-play guys whenever they have to do that, but it's great for talk shows. So y'all fire away with questions if you got them. Hal Jubin, good morning. Chuck Sanchez, Jason Mabel. Let's see. Chase Pellegrin, good morning. Lenny, what's up, dude? Stephen Beach, Scott Rodrigue, Jake Nola. All-America teams came out yesterday, about as I expected. Congrats, Devin White, consensus All-American. Lullaby show. You want lullaby show? Do you want lullaby show? I'll put on lullaby show for you. Check out those jammies. Like a lumberjack. I'm so jealous of this kid with his jammies. He's got like fleece lumberjack footy pajamas. Robert?
Lullaby show.
You want lullaby show? I'll show you lullaby show. Never heard of it. Okay, Mimi's gonna take you to Fue Market today. She is, I promise. Let's see. Let's see. Go back and get y'all's questions. Sorry. I'm scrolling back to questions. Sorry, I'm on him while he's like, the camera on him while he's just like coughing up his Mucinex. Oops, we gotta change the setting. Okay. Hey, Hey, it's chaos in the Scone house this morning. All right. Daddy's got it, y'all. Don't worry. All right. Let's see. Any else questions? Lullaby show. I'm sorry, baby. It's okay. Here it comes. Lullaby show. Very good. Thank you for asking. So nice of Carly Cat. What's up, Matthew Rogelio? Good morning. Did Drew pop you this morning? Drew did not pop me this morning. Ben Clark, good morning. Kip Kippers. Let's see. Where is that? Shh. Watch list. There it is. Lullaby show. Lullaby show. All right. Lullaby show. We're going to rewind lullaby show for you. Go to the beginning. Weird little like cartoon baby singing classical music. It's weird. Whatever, he's into it. Anyway. All right. Sorry for that detour, y'all. There we go. All right. By the way, I'm not sure if y'all know. So, a couple things to tell you about. Thursday, of course, rare whiskey raffle at Calandro's on Perkins if you're in Baton Rouge. Hopefully you can come out to that. And then next Monday, so a week from yesterday, Lullaby Show. The second annual 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Christmas party, listener Christmas party at Creole Cabana in Baton Rouge. Starts at 5 o'clock, goes on through Monday Night Football. So if you want to come hang, I'll go there a little bit after the show. So hopefully we'll see y'all there. Let's see, Lori Prophet, Brian Myers, good morning. Let's see. Hat on, hat off, yes, we can. Hat on, no, hat off, yes. Oh, you're talking about my eye. Sorry. But yeah, it's weird, man. I don't know what's up with that. Looks like Erica punched you in your sleep. She did not. Well, maybe she did punch me in my sleep. How would I know? But I feel like if she had punched me in my sleep, I'd feel it. I'd know more. Matthew Shelley, Pelicans frowny face. So Pelicans lost last night to the Pistons. Yeah, they're below. I know a lot of people aren't watching it. I get it during football, like totally, because it's hard for me to watch too. I wouldn't expect people who are maybe like passive fans or casual fans to follow that basketball team right now. They lost in Boston last night. They're below 500. They started the season. Remember 4-0. They were the last team to lose in the Western Conference. Remember they were the last unbeaten in the Western Conference. They're not very good. So they were without Nico last night and Etwan Moore, but still, Jason Tatum went off on New Orleans. So, it's weird, man. I just, you look and you go, at some point, does you wonder if they make a move mid-season. Hang on. You wonder if they make a move mid-season. If they do, that feels very unstable for Anthony Davis as you're trying to lure him to stay. The flip side of it is, if you keep stinking, that he's not going to stay. I really wonder if at what point he becomes so frustrated he demands a trade. Maybe he stays another year through the contract and cashes in big time. It's so hard to believe that, though. I mean, he scored 40 last night and lost by double digits. Anyway, Fresh Market. Kirk, when does LSU start bowl practices? They have not announced their schedule, but remember, you get 15 practices. So typically, like 3 weeks out is when you'd start. So they had finals last week. They're, I'm sure, off this week, and they'll probably start next week. It would be my guess, but they have not announced a schedule yet for bowl practices. But my guess is it'll start next week. Charlie, any news on recruiting for the Tigers? So the Lullaby show. Ha 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 ha. Hey, Are you going to go to Abilities today? Mimi's going to take you to Abilities? And then where? Fresh Market. Hey, who do you see at Fresh Market? Barbara. You see Barbara at Fresh Market?
What?
Barbara's one of the ladies at Fresh Market. He sees all the time. Charlie, news on recruiting. Treshun Miller, defensive back, JUCO defensive back, decommitted yesterday. Everyone says that was expected. So they have 19 commits right now. So they've got 6 spots open. Early signing period starts in 8 days. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
Hey.
Is that funny? Count back in. 100. Don't need to see him coughing up his mucinex. Sorry. Anyway. So, Charlie, I'll be interested to see what they do with the numbers just because, remember, last year, we call it what it is. They botched the thing, right? I mean, they thought they had Pat Surtain, which they did, and they screwed it up. But they had Pat Surtain, and so they kind of slow played Mario Goodrich. And when Surtain picked Bama, they went back to Goodrich, and Goodrich was like, no, I'm good, I'll go to Clemson. So remember, they didn't have a cornerback because Kelvin Joseph, if you remember, signed as a safety. So then they had spots open, and they were in on the quarterback, the kid from Alabama who ultimately picked A&M, so they missed on him, and that was like, well, they had extra spots. They ended up filling with grad transfers. They filled with Joe Burrow, with Cole Tracy. They filled with Terrence Alexander. And thank goodness they had spots open. I mean, it worked because they hit on those guys, obviously. One was your All-American kicker, and one was your starting quarterback. What? Nope, we use words. So they're at 19 right now. What? They're at 19 right now. I'll be curious. I don't think they'll sign. What? That's not a word. Can you please use your words? Lullaby show. Lullaby show. Very good. So I'll be curious to see how many they sign next week. Obviously, they're going to leave spot for Devontae Lee from A-Meet, who they think they're going to get. Everyone sort of assumes that Ish Sofsher, the defensive lineman, is going to Bama. Need some defensive linemen, dude. They're so thin right there. Trivia, is the Saints Smith regressing as a receiver? I don't know, man. I just think he kind of flashed early, but he really does one thing. He just runs go routes. And the one he ran with the flea flicker, with Breeze, where Kamara threw it back to Breeze, and Breeze, threw it downfield. He should have caught the ball. I mean, how do you drop that? I don't care that it hung in the air a while and that you got popped. You got to make the catch. I don't know that he's regressing, but it is telling, in my opinion, that yesterday the Saints said that they are open to Ted Ginn returning from IR. So if Ginn can get healthy, I mean they can bring him back. And if the Saints are going to make a deep run into the playoffs, I'd rather a veteran receiver there. What? Tanner, use your words. Hey, listen, can you use your words, please? Clap hands, clap. What? What? Use your words. That's not a word. You're just moaning. Let Daddy hold you. Daddy hold you. I'm not going to let you just fuss in my ear, though. If you want to use your words, you can use your words and talk to Daddy. You can be sweet and cuddle. I love my snuggles. We're not going to just fuss. All right, let's see. Dale Crochet, good morning. Andrew Bear, Anthony Davis has to hate life. He's super duper rich and playing basketball for a living, so probably doesn't hate life, but he has some interesting decisions coming up. AJ Holland, best part of waking up, a little scone in your cup. Thank you, AJ. Very kind. The best part of waking up, schooner in your cup. What? Hey, what is up with this little fussing thing you're doing right now? Hey, no. You know what? Oh, all done. Take off your backpack. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Yep, all done. Hey, listen. Nobody likes fussy face. So please don't fussy face. Well, give me your backpack, dude. Hey, Drew. Listen, baby. Listen to me. Hey, listen to me. Come see. Listen to me. Come see Daddy. Listen, we're gonna use our words. We're gonna be sweet, okay? Mimi's gonna come see you in a little while, and you're gonna go to abilities. And then after abilities, you come home and eat your lunch. And then Mimi will take you to Fresh Market. Yep, yeah, that's better. A sweet little boy, that's better. Okay, that's sweet. Be a good boy. Okay, let's take these people's questions. Hey, Jay Brabham, good morning. Stephen Miller, realistic expectations from the Wade crew after this road trip. Realistic, I think they will lose to Houston and beat St. Mary's. I would absolutely love it if they play their best game of the season so far and beat Houston. If they do, that is very much a light switch turning point. If you can beat Houston on the road, go beat St. Mary's, come home, beat Furman, who, by the way, has already beaten Villanova, and Furman got another big win. That's a good team. It's slipping my mind right now. And then you play ULM, and then you're in conference play. So if you can go on a nice little win streak here with a couple of big wins, that would be huge. But realistically, I think they lose to Houston and beat St. Mary's. Let's see. Matthew says Drew has the best PJs. He does. Lucky. Mark, save the Pelicans, attend the game, fire Gentry. Davis is checking out big time, man. Hey, Mark, you're not going to save the Pelicans by attending the game. Hey, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, okay? You're not going to save the Pelicans by attending a game. The Pelicans will get saved by winning and retaining Anthony Davis. And that has nothing to do with whether or not we go to a game on a Sunday against the Pistons. Hey, listen, I'm going to go put you in there. I'm going to put you in there to watch the Lullaby Show. Because I don't want someone fussing in my ear. Okay, sweet. There you go. Lullaby Show. There we go. All right. John Hunt, Nathan Robert, Carl Hudson, good morning. Madison Gilmore, good morning. Let's see. Jordan Grace, who would win Curtis U High? It was interesting, man. Two contrasting styles. But man, U High is so talented, but Curtis is so good at what they do. Gordy and Hester were talking about this last night. I was listening to them. They were ranking the teams in the Dome, and they had like Curtis 1, I think Gordy went Curtis 1, U High 2. Hester went Curtis 1, U High 1B, like 1A, 1B. Or U High 1A, Curtis 1B, maybe is how we did it. But if you made me pick, I just think U High has, like, I've just seen it enough in high school football where if you have enough athletes, eventually an athlete's going to make a play. Like, no matter how well coached you are or how much you scheme to stop Micaiah Tongue, if they throw a jump ball and he leaps it and makes a one-hand catch and then jukes a guy and then runs 60 yards, like, there's just nothing you can do for it, you know? And the other thing is, I think in their defensive front seven, U High probably has enough size to win enough at the point of attack to hit Curtis for negative plays. And the key with Curtis is, man, if you get him in 3rd and 8 and you make him try to throw the ball or run and punt, that's how you stop them. They're the unstoppable machine whenever first down is 7 yards, second down's 5 yards, and it's first down, and then it's 6 yards, 4 yards. It's just they freeze you with their misdirection, and by the time you react to it, they got this fullback playing quarterback who's already past the line of scrimmage with a 4-yard running head start, and if you wrap him, he's falling forward for another 2-3 yards, and it's 7 yards like that. So, but I think U-High would have enough size and physicality at the point of attack where physically I think they could match Curtis, if not be better than him. I'd probably pick U-High. Let's see. Carl the Cat, good morning. Tom Granite, good morning. Kippers. Owls lose against top 3 team with players out. Really? Owls. I don't know. Owls lose against top. Mark Kern. Oh, maybe Pels. Mark Kern and Dan Ducote. Good morning. Pels. Got it. Logan Bourgeois, Adam Pasqua. Good morning. Stephen Miller will definitely be at the Cabana next Monday. See you there. Next Monday, the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Christmas Party, listener Christmas Party, free to attend. Y'all come out. Hey, Cheryl, good morning. Sam Bacon, any word about how this weekend's official visits went? If we don't get Sofsher, do we get Dean or the Utah defensive tackle? You know what, Sam? It's a really good question. I don't know. I'll have Shay on AFR today. Listen up for that on AFR today. I will have Shay. We'll do a recruiting update. I need to do that anyway. It's that time of year where we're 8 days out from the early signing period. I got to keep a close tab on that. So for sure. Thank you for the question. I will do that on AFR today. Lowell Cormier, morning, sir. Had to go to my grandson's musical last night. Please pass over the Boudreaux's mix. There's Lowell, the disappointing part for you is that there's no alcohol in there. That's the mix. So you do need the alcohol. So I don't know if that's going to help you this morning or after your musical. Tommy Howard, the Pels are going to Seattle, maybe. Likely. I'll be very sad if they leave, when they leave. Devin, because if New Orleans is 0-2 on NBA teams, they're not getting a third. And so I wish the city and the region would embrace the Pelicans more, but I totally understand if you're going to penetrate a football-centric, crazed society, you have got to win. Like, you've got to be a winner, and they just haven't won. So I kind of get it. It's a shame you have, like, a transcendent player in Anthony Davis, which everybody realizes, but that's just not been enough. You got to win. Last year in the playoffs, Golden State coming in, playing meaningful games in the postseason. It was electric in there, man. It was so much fun. They're winning. You just got to win. Dan Ducote, good morning, Matt. I'm in Houston this week. I can't wait to see the Tigers play an undefeated Houston team. Your thoughts? Yeah, Dan, it's see if there's a line on that game yet. Don't be, dude. Houston's undefeated. Houston beat Oklahoma State by double digits last. They played Sunday. That's the team that beat LSU. I mean, I don't feel great about that game. Just because LSU's been so inconsistent. But I think athletically LSU can run with anybody. But that's a good Houston team. They rebound. You're on the road, like true road game. If they win, it will be if LSU wins, it will be by far their most their most marquee win of the season. Yeah, I don't see a line on it, but like ESPN's Basketball Power Index has Houston as an 81% favorite. Like Houston 81%, LSU 18% to win the game. Like, that's gonna be a tough one. Let's see. Matthew Shelley, Boston. Yeah, that's true. Boston sat everybody. Like the Pels basically got beat by Jason Tatum. Let's see. They're a bad franchise, front office, all the way to the coaching staff, which is true. It's true. But it just goes to show you the lack of commitment to that franchise with all of the assets and resources into the Saints. Like, to not have the organizations separate is just absurd. Like, to think that Mickey Loomis could realistically spend enough, like, warranted attention on basketball without an expertise of basketball is just stupid. Anyway. Tom, Fresh Market needs to pay you, or better yet, Drew. Yeah, they do. Instead, it's the complete opposite. Like, we go walk around these stores all the time, Fresh Market, and Home Depot, and Albertsons, all the stores he loves to go to. And I always feel like I got to buy something. So, like, every night of the week, we go on these outings with Drew just so I could walk him around places and get him out of the house. And I was like last night, I bought a bottle of Clorox wipes. I mean, just buy something. Got Erica flowers, just something. Ooh, maybe the flowers are what's giving me the puffy eye. Rusty Sedetall, good morning. Wayne Ferguson, Chase Chabot, good morning. Let's see. Do you see the staff holding out hopes for the Sopsher until signing day? Sure seems like we've seen this movie before. I mean, you don't stop recruiting him when you have a player that's that transcendent of a talent, or you have that like highly regarded. He's right near your house, and it's you or Bama. I mean, yeah, you don't give up on him. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. Oh, that's gross. Everett Himmel, Randy Quinn, good morning. Matthew Shelley went to the game Sunday. They defended the rim well. Talking about LSU. Yeah, they, God bless you for going, man. I was watching the Saints. But yes, but Incarnate Word didn't have anybody bigger than 6'7". So I would expect physically LSU would have dominated that game. And they did. Won it by 40. You're going to get a much better test on Wednesday. Damn, sorry, y'all. Chewy, is Drew still upset about the Catholic laws? I think he'll survive. Lawrence, good morning. Philip Age, good morning. Grant Duplessis, yo, good morning, Scone family. Charlie, my Cougars gave the Cubs a heck of a fight. It did, man. That St. Thomas More U-High game was awesome. Good on St. Thomas More. To move the ball like they did against U-High was super impressive. That was a fun game, man. U-High couldn't stop them in the second half. And it was like score. They were just matching score to score. They had two opportunities at a 2-point conversion to tie and just, didn't make the play. Let's see, Terry Landry, why don't those teams schedule each other during the season? What teams, Terry? Remind me, I'll elaborate. Anthony, what's up, dude? Let's see. Almost baseball season, Anthony. We're looking forward to the most negative LSU baseball fan ever making his return. Cheers to you. Lawrence, huge U-High Cub fan, but how do we not get any commitments from that roster this year going to LSU? So that's something else. Like, someone asked me that yesterday on AFR, and I was kind of stumbling my way through it, because like every kid is different. And Collada texted me. Of course, Collada does the play-by-play for him. He's close to that program. And he said it's weird. It's like some of them, either didn't camp at LSU, and LSU's whole thing is you got to come camp. You have to come be evaluated at their prospect camp to get an offer. And so it's some didn't camp or just didn't have an offer. Like I'll give you, for example, I know that's talking about like Jordan Clark, Ryan Clark's son. Jordan did not have a committable LSU offer. So, legacy, his dad played at LSU, played in the NFL. He's committed to Arizona State. He did not have a committable LSU offer. You can look at Michael Hollins, the running back. LSU was sort of slow playing his recruitment, waiting to see what happened with John Emery. And they had Ty Davis committed, but then Emery pops. So it's like you're not going to take a third running back, and the two guys you have are major national guys. So I get it. It stinks to see a guy like Christian Harris leave, because physically he's just super impressive. And he's going to go play linebacker at Alabama and be awesome. They got a lot of talent. But then again, next year you'd need defensive linemen. They got Jaquelin Roy for 2020 already committed. So I get it. I do get it. But I also look and say some of those guys, everybody's different. Maybe some guys just want to go away from home. Maybe some guys don't fit LSU's profile this year, like prospect that they're looking for at position. There are better people to speak on that than me. But I get the question. I totally understand the question, man. You got all those kids, like 12 D1 guys that are, for 19 and 20 on your campus, and they're all going to Clemson, going to Georgia, going to Bama. I get it. Let's see. Kirk, how was the show that you filled in for yesterday? Oh, thanks, Kirk. So that's the Chuck Oliver show. So Chuck Oliver is a friend. He's based out of Atlanta. He hosts Afternoon Drive on 680, Chuck and Chernoff, based out of Atlanta. But he also hosts a syndicated college football show. So from noon to 2 Eastern, 11 to 1 Central, Chuck does a 2-hour college football show that's syndicated all over the Southeast on Southern Sports Today. So Southern Sports Today is the network. They've got like 40 affiliates. So he's based out of Atlanta. He does a 2-hour college football show, and they distribute it all over the Southeast. And Chuck's out this week, so he asked me to fill in. I couldn't do the whole week, but I could do Monday and Wednesday. So I filled in yesterday, and I'll do tomorrow as well for Chuck Oliver. So, yeah, southernsportstoday.com if you're interested in that. So it went well, went really, really well. They got a great team, and we hook up via Comrex. So I connect to their studio in Atlanta from our studio in Baton Rouge, and I just do the show from my studio. So pretty cool, man. Went well. Let's see. Mikkel Traylor, good morning. Casey McKenzie, what's up, dude? Let's see. Anthony, with all the hype about the basketball team, why everything's panned out. I think, well, first of all, it's early. I mean, it's still November, or it's early December. And you have a whole new roster. I mean, Anthony, that's like the only guy on the roster that was a major contributor a year ago is Skylar Mays. I mean, I guess I could give you Darrell Edwards too, but I mean, I'm sorry, and Tremont, of course. But Naz Reid, Emmett Williams, Darius Days, Cavell Bigby Williams. I mean, all of these guys are like giving you 20 minutes plus a game, and none of them were on your team a year ago. So a lot of it is new pieces, trying to get kids who are tasting college ball for the first time to figure out how intense they got to be, figuring out what you have. Like, for example, Naz Reid started the season, and he was mostly a perimeter player at 6'10", 250. Lullaby show. Hi. You feeling better? You happier now? Well, of course, now you come in here and you sneeze and cough on my desk. Hey, Drew. This is Morning Scone presented by Boudreaux's. Okay. So anyway, Nas. So like Nas starts the season and he's basically playing a perimeter game at 6'10", 250 because that's what he's always done. When realistically they need him to go be a post player, and so they try to transition him to that. And that just takes time. You okay, bud? We need to vent your belly. I bet we do. Want to hug Daddy? Nope. Okay? Okay. Lullaby show. Anyway. So Anthony, I'd say just be patient. Like, this is a team they're going to keep getting better because they got so many new guys that are playing together for the first time, and they're buying into what Will Wade's doing. So that's cool, man. Just give them time. Let's see. Oh, U-High John Curtis. Gotcha, Terry. Why they didn't play in the regular season? I don't know, man. It's tough when you're scheduling, man. It's because you got your district games, then you got to play. Typically, you'll play a 1-for-1, like a home and away. You do a 2-year schedule, and I know Curtis likes to play a national schedule. So I don't know who they played this year, but sometimes it's not. Maybe they'll schedule something in the future. What's up, Dad? Good morning, Chad Guathny. Good morning, Chad Ryan Guathny. Am I saying it right, Chad? I hope I'm saying your last name right, man. Sam Dixon, really sickening to see us lose the U-High kids. Even worse when it's to Saban. It's true. Almost like he has keys to his old office. Dude's the best, man. He just is. He gets kids, and he can go flash a ring to anybody and say, everybody that signed and stayed 4 years has won a national title. I mean, he can basically guarantee kids are going to win a national title. Nobody else can do that. You okay, baby? See Daddy. See Daddy? It's okay. You all right? Oh, sweet boy. I want my snuggles. We're almost done with that show. And then Mimi's going to come over. Fresh Market. Mimi will take you there after abilities. And thank you for wiping your snot on me. What? 1, 2. Th. 30. No, we gotta do 40. Then 50. 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. 100. See, listen, he's confusing the teens and the T's. So, like, we're counting by tens and not 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's after 5?
Mama.
Momo's not after 5. Crazy. Okay, you can get down.
Mama.
Clap hands for Mama comes home.
Mama, come.
Clap hands for Mama's car. Mama's car goes very far. You know you get a kiss after that, don't you? I love you. I love you. I love you. Love you. All right, let's see. Lawrence, how much do you feel Miles can recruit talent from Louisiana, bring them to Kansas? 0, Lawrence. Les will come recruit Louisiana. He's never going to get the 4 and 5 star kids that LSU is recruiting. He can come to Louisiana and recruit 2 and 3 star guys that maybe have like the Southern Miss ULM offer and say, hey, you want to come play in the Big 12? Clap hands for Mama's car. Mama's car goes very far. What? Mommy went to work. Daddy's going to go to work in a little while too. And you're going to go with Mimi. I love you. Hey, I have to tell you something. Hey, shh. Hey, I have to tell you something. Hey, let me tell you something. Let's see. Yeah, so Lawrence, he'll get players, but he'll never get a player LSU wants to go to Kansas. He'll never come to Louisiana and get a 4-star running back to go to Kansas. Let's see. LSU's length on the floor is impressive. That's true, Dan, for sure. Aaron Domingue, what's up, dude? Let's see. Troy LeBeouf, good morning. Maury Holiday, almost done. 2 more comments. Matt, what's up with Brandon Marshall? Guy, maybe about to win a Super Bowl, haven't taken a snap. So someone asked me this question over the weekend, Maury. Who are you gonna bench for Brandon Marshall? The guy that I would say, like, of course Mike Thomas is his spot. Hi.
Again.
What?
Again.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Hey. You got Brandon Marshall, you got Traquan Smith. Like I would say, that show. I could have said maybe like Tommy Lee Lewis, but Tommy Lee now is returning punts for you. So, like if he's gonna help you in special teams, I just don't know where Brandon Marshall's spot is. I mean, I guess you could bench Austin Carr and activate Brandon Marshall, but man, if you don't feel like he's ready, either physically or with knowledge of the system, and plus if Carr's helping you on special teams as well, that's his spot, man. Which he does. So, I don't think Brandon Marshall will go run down covering kicks and punts. It's kind of like whose spot does he take, right? I mean, you got 53 with 45 active on game day, so it's like, who do you sit? Fresh Market. Digging Drew's PJs. All right, last one. Matthew says, I want to know Drew's pick for the Fiesta Bowl. Hey, who do you think wins the Fiesta Bowl, Drew? Hey, Drew, do you think LSU
LSU.
or Central Florida?
LSU.
LSU? Hey, who do you think wins the Fiesta Bowl, LSU or Central Florida?
LSU.
LSU. Drew has spoken, everybody. Drew has picked LSU to win the Fiesta Bowl. Right? Right, Drew?
Elevator.
And then he likes elevators. Hey, Drew, you ready to wrap up? Another edition of Morning Scone presented by?
Elevator.
No, not presented by Elevator. Hey, Drew. Morning Scone. He's gone. Okay. All right, we'll wrap this up, y'all. A couple things. Boudreaux's Bloody Mary Mix, Margarita Mix. Super duper 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 duper. Thanks to Boudreaux's for sponsoring the show as always. Many, many thanks to them. Awesome people. Boudreaux'sMix.com. Remember, they'll ship anywhere. If you're coming out to the Calandro's Rare Whiskey Raffle on Thursday and you're at the store at Calandro's, pick up some Boudreaux's while you're there. Let's see. Locked on LSU podcast, of course, I post that every single day. However you listen to podcasts, usually publishes sometime in the 10 o'clock hour Central Time. Think of it as AFR, condensed to about 20 minutes. It's super easy to consume. Some people like short-term audio, short-form audio. So if that's you, Locked on LSU is a great way to do that. Just search, and I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to that podcast, by the way. Super-duper help. And AFR at 3, of course. Morning Scone Daily email. If you've not yet subscribed, really appreciate everyone who has subscribed. Chad Holmes, I've listened to AFR much less after listening to Locked on LSU on Spotify. Appreciate you listening to both, Chad, when you can. You'll always get more on AFR than you do with Locked On. You'll get probably 1 or 2 short form takes that are sort of like the heavy stories of the day. But if you want long form interviews and entertainment value and things like that, AFR for show. But thank you for listening to both. I'd recommend, look, if you're on Spotify, go subscribe to AFR, to 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. And same way, man, you can just download by the hour, by the interview, scan it, listen to what you want. It's a good way to consume if you can't listen live. All right, y'all, have an awesome day. Appreciate it as always, and we'll see you tomorrow for Morning Scone.